Hey guys, this is Janine. Guess what time it is? That's right, it's help me with my homework time. Yay! Help me with my homework time. So for this assignment, we have to make a presentation of our company as if we were meeting with, venture capitalists or investors or bankers or some other type of outside partnership entity, just to say that we do have a viable business solution and that we are competitive in our specific industry. So if you guys could view this from the perspective of someone who is that, venture capitalist or investor or looking to partner with another business, like from that perspective, and then give me feedback based on how you feel I present the company, the information that I provide, the information on our not other competitors, but other types of businesses that have similar offerings in the market, and just let me know how you think Collective Works compares or would do in the market with those same other companies and entities, and just our plan, if you think that we have a solid plan set up sooner rather than later. I do have time. This is not a last minute project, so yay, it's not the last minute. But I definitely want to be able to have time to take in your feedback and then make the adjustments so that when the assignment is due, I can say this is my initial presentation, this is my feedback, and then this is my final product, which would be something that I'll be able to successfully, give to somebody in like a boardroom setup. So please and thank you. You guys are awesome. Collective Works LLC. Our tagline is bringing imagination to life. So what is Collective Works, and how can a business bring imagination to life? Well, Collective Works LLC is a micro-publishing company. We combine the imagination, which are ideas or stories of our writers, with artists, beta readers, editors, brand consultants, story coaches, and a collection of other professionals to create a book or ebook that can be shared with others. So basically, we take what is in the mind or imagination of our writers and put it into a format that is shareable so that others can see and live those ideas or those stories. We also help writers who are not signed with us by providing beta reading, electronic transfer service, and story coaching services, but for those we do charge a nominal fee because we do not benefit from the sale of those stories. Published works. We do have a published work already. It is Jazzy's On Air and Hello Clarice. These stories are combined into one ebook on Amazon, which the link is here if anyone is interested, or you can purchase one or the other on our website www.collectiveworks.com, and each PDF download is going to be 50 cents each. So we do have 2 publications available, and we have several works in progress. Our highlighted feature is Time to Say Goodnight. We are very excited about this story. It's going to be our first printed story, and it's coming out of our Koi Pond division, which is our children's division. So this story just details James and how he has all these different ideas and strategies as he foils his mom's attempts to put him to bed, and that is so based on my reality. But it's a fun story, easy read, colorful pictures, heartwarming story. And then we also have The Fire Diamond Ignites. Now this is an urban fantasy story set to release in the first quarter of 2018. This is going to be geared towards the young adult or adult readers. Just something that more you can sink your teeth in. This one's going to be fully illustrated. It's just going to have the cover art, and then the rest is going to be just words on paper, but you can feel it. It's a little bit of grit, a little bit of sass. Obviously there's that mystic magic element to it. It's a fun adventure story. And it has been posted online, at least pieces of it, and I have gotten some very positive feedback from it. So that is going to be from Jasmine Peterson, and we are excited to see that come to life. as well in 2018. Now, what are our competitors doing? Well, we would like to compare our koi pond works to the works offered by McBride Collection of Stories, and specifically the stories by Mr. Kenji L. Jackson. I met him. He is a phenomenal young man. This is a story that he wrote, based on his adventures with his son, which of course I couldn't relate to, seeing as though Time to Say Goodnight is based on my adventure with my son every day. But these are, life stories. They're beautifully illustrated books. I've purchased both of them with money out of my own pocket. 2 for $25 at a Writers Expo. It was a fantastic experience. He was a beautiful person to meet with. I do look forward to collaborating with him in the future, or at least, exchanging ideas with him in the future. He is an awesome individual. I encourage you guys to look for him and his books, because it is a great read. They're touching stories, and it's something that you can share with your family. In terms of the older readers, I was able to connect with Mr. Dion Floyd at the same expo. We actually both did a panel for Black sci-fi writers, and he is also a wealth of information. He has an entire comic book multiverse that he is creating with his company, Aquarius Entertainment. So we are very excited to see the things that come from him. We look forward to partnering up with him, or at least working with him in the future. But his story, Immortal Kiss, is actually a comic book, so it's going to be significantly shorter than what the Fire Diamond Ignites is going to be, but it's that same audience, that same urban fantasy, that same grit, just that same his maybe a little bit more mature than what our story is, but we're still looking at the same category of reader. And then next, we have, what makes us different? You saw the two things that we have to offer. You saw two, comparative products made by other publishers, where our company, Collective Works, is committed to positive, life-affirming publications. So we do not publish or offer services for any product that contains excessive violence, that has gore or illicit content, or anything else that I wouldn't want, my children to just come across randomly on the table. So we do try to limit those things to just not at all. And then we also go the extra mile for our writers. We will meet you where you are. We will work with you from where you are in order to improve the quality of your story, to make your dreams come true. But you have to be willing to do the work. If you're willing to do the work, then we're willing to do the work. And then we take it to the next phase, and there's more work to be done, and we reach out on your behalf, and we make connections on your behalf. And so, unlike other companies who want you to just come with everything in your hand ready and not involve the writers with the rest of the process, we engage. We work with. It's a team effort. It's a collaboration, to where all of the parts, we want the writer's feedback, we want the writer's input, we want the writer involved, so that the writer takes ownership of the process with us. And then we are actively seeking writers. Other companies that I went to, I said, hey, I've got a book. They're like, well, don't worry about it. Buy my book. It's more of a, where can I get that dollar from you? Not so much as how can we grow together as a community, or as authors, or just even as individuals. It was very money focused, except for the two that I highlighted previously. They are awesome. And then we have our core values, which also set us apart from other companies, which are innovation, imagination, integrity, and tenacity. That's what we go on. That's what we stand on. That's what keeps us chugging along this journey. And those are concepts that are going to come back. So keep those in the back of your brain, because you will see those core values again, hopefully early 2018, but maybe that'll be our Christmas present. We've been trying to get those Christmas presents out, but we're working on it, for our core values of innovation, imagination, integrity, and tenacity. Now, what is our path for success? How do we sustain it? Well, first, we've got to get it. But once we get it, we're just going to keep the process going to, compound it and sustain it. Step 1, finish the book. We cannot sell a book that is not done. We still need about 8 images for Time to Say Goodnight. We need to go ahead and apply for our Library of Congress numbers. We want two, because we're going to do a print format, electronic format. So both of those will need separate Library of Congress numbers. But we're not there yet. We still need to finish up those illustrations. We also need to add the writer bio and artist bio to the manuscript so that when you have the finished product, you can see, who wrote this story, where is this story coming from. And it'll be there. You can get a little bit more information on the writer as well as the artist. We need to complete the initial manuscript format. And like I said, we don't have the images, so we can't say this is exactly how we want the book to look because there's still some key components that are missing. We need to go through the revision process. We look at, okay, is this the right word? Is this the right spelling of that word? All those things need to happen before we send it to the printer. And once we send it to the printer, then we can have our parade and we can sell our books. And then step 2, sell our books. Once we get it, we have to sell it. The plan is to use money from that book, Time to Say Goodnight, to help fund our other works, such as The Fire Diamond Ignites, which is next on the docket because that's the next in terms of what is ready to go. It still has to go through revisions. It still needs its Library of Congress numbers. It still needs ISBNs, the bios, the acknowledgement section, the final formatting, the editing, and of course, being sent to the printer. So we definitely need to stay focused on our goals, on our tasks, make sure that we're checking all the boxes, dotting all the I's, crossing all of the T's, so that we can get to step 3, which is sell the book, and repeat steps 1 and 2. Get it completed, get it sold. Serve the people. We want to do, work with other artists. We want to work with other writers. We want to work with groups. We want to work with the youth. We want to work with memoirs. We want to do more things, so we got to do that and repeat that process. We want to grow. We need more manpower, more women power, more kid power, more people who are willing to just put their shoulders to the wheel and push. So we need to do that. We need to expand our staff. We need to do outreach. We want to work on expanding literacy. So we want to get with libraries and indie bookstores and, just organizations, community organizations, mentoring organizations, tutoring organizations, just to help with literacy because literacy is a problem in America. And lastly, with the courage to dream, the tenacity to try, swim boldly in faith, and you will fly. And that's Yusuri, our koi, and our official Collective Works logo. So there we go. That's my homework. Please comment as detailed as possible. Don't be afraid to hurt my feelings, because I'd rather you hurt my feelings than fail this class. So thank you guys. I love you. Bye-bye.